Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if this is your first time being here. This is Empowered Gems Tarot. My name is Melissa. This channel used to be called Tarot by Melissa, so if you've been searching for me under that name, then you are in the correct place. Today's video is going to be getting into your month ahead prediction for the month of November. So we will be working with both tarot and oracle cards today, as well as charms and dice. I'll have all of that timestamp for you in the description box down below. But basically, we're just going to be looking into the overall energies, events, and situations of significance that you may be moving through as we move into the month of November. Getting into a few disclaimers. If any of you are new to these types of readings here on YouTube, basically how they work is you are going to be selecting a specific reading out of our three options here. But whatever reading you choose, it's important to keep in mind that this is still a reading that is put out there for the collective consumption, meaning that it's not specifically tailored to your own personal energy or your own personal situation. So you may find that some of the messages that you are listening to today resonate really specifically with you, while other messages may not. Or you may find that your chosen reading does not resonate with you at all. Any of those outcomes are possible when we're talking about a collective reading that's put out on YouTube. So as a best practice, as you're viewing your reading, if anything ever feels like it's confusing or it doesn't really feel like it fits your specific situation, those are typically signs that those are not your messages and you just want to release that and let that go. If you guys did want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can schedule one with me will be linked in the description box down below. Personal readings are going to be a much better way to get a more specific read on your own personal energy and situation. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move into your reading selection. So as I was mentioning, we have a choice between three different readings today. You guys are going to choose whichever one you're feeling the most intuitively connected to when you're thinking about this upcoming month of November and what's ahead for you. So if you're drawn to group one, we'll be working with this pink Rhodochrosite heart. If you are drawn to group two, we will be working with this pink calcite crystal. And if you are drawn to group three, we will be working with this little piece of amber. So I want you guys to go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about the upcoming month of November and what's ahead for you. Go ahead and select the crystal that you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to find the timestamp that will skip you ahead to your reading. See you there. Hey, group number one, if you guys were drawn to this pink Rhodochrosite heart, this is going to be your reading. So today we're going to be looking into what is ahead for you all in the month of November. We're going to start off with oracle and tarot cards, and then we will also transition into charms and dice. I will have this time stamped below in case any of you guys like to skip ahead to that portion of the reading a little bit sooner. So overall energy for you guys moving into the month of November, group one, we have the message of balancing act coming through. And then we also have the hummingbird spirit, be here now. Okay. So I feel like you guys have a lot going on this month with this balancing act here. I think that you guys have maybe a lot on your plate. Or you may be finding that like your outer circumstances are changing and throwing you off a little bit here. But I think for a lot of you guys, it's more about like balancing all of the different things that you have going on in your life and trying to kind of find a sustainable sort of equilibrium here. I feel like some of you guys could be traveling, so maybe travel could be connected to this as well this month. And this hummingbird spirit is also kind of adding in like a really fast-paced sort of energy to this situation. But what this card really talks about is being present and in the moment. And I think that there could be an energy this month for some of you all where you're like, maybe you're feeling like very spread thin, like you've got to be in all of these different places at once. And this card is about kind of centering yourself and just being present in the moment and being happy with where you are, instead of feeling like you have to maybe look for other things or go elsewhere to feel fulfilled. So let's continue with the tarot, group number 1. What is this about, please, Spirit? What's coming through in November? As I'm shuffling, we have the 2 of Pentacles, so more of that kind of balancing energy comes through. What's happening for group 1 this month, please, Spirit? Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We have the 7 of Cups. Let's get another one. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, see, I feel like you guys are kind of scattered in your energy this month. Like there are probably a lot of different things that you want to do, or a lot of different choices that are in front of you. It could be things that you want to do or things that you need to do, depending on your circumstances. But there's so many different options here of things that you want to do, things that you want to invest in with this Ace of Pentacles. And I think because like we're trying to put energy into like all of these things at once, it's throwing us off balance. So there's an energy here at the bottom of the deck with the Chariot, which is all about kind of focusing on a goal and going after it with drive and ambition, eliminating distractions from your path. There is an energy with this Ace of Pentacles here of wanting to like invest in something new this month, or having an opportunity available to invest. But with this scattered energy of the 7 of Pentacles, I feel like Spirit is saying it's time for you to kind of hone in on like the 1 or 2 things that you really want to go after, and then come up with a plan to go after them full force. Okay. Because I think with this energy of the 7 of Cups, it's like keeping you stuck or stagnant, because it's like there's so many things that you could be doing and that you don't know where to start, and we just don't start anywhere. Thus, our potential for investment just remains potential because we're not able to take action on anything. So I almost feel like this hummingbird spirit is saying like, what are the things that make you feel the most sweet in the moment, right? Like what are the things that you can be focusing on in the present, in the here and the now, that are going to make you feel the most balanced, the most centered in your life? That is what Spirit wants you to focus on this month. Let's continue. Group 1. We have compassion. Soften your heart with respect to the situation, all the people involved, including yourself. We also have gentleness. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. Maybe some of you guys have been like beating yourselves up about whatever this is. You know, maybe you have been really busy, or maybe you've been really scattered because you feel like all of these things on your plate are really necessary to do, and you've been having a hard time really juggling it all. So I feel like Spirit, your angels here are coming through and saying like, be gentle with yourself. And I think that if you're having a hard time kind of deciding what to prioritize here, Spirit is laying it out. They're saying surround yourself with gentle people, gentle situations, and gentle environments, because I think that is what's going to bring more of a sweetness into your life. There's definitely something about other people that's being highlighted here as well. compassion being needed in this situation, not only with others, but also with yourself. You guys could be teaching somebody this month or moving into like a teaching sort of role. You could be a learner this month as well, depending on your situation here. So let's keep going. Going into the Blackmoon Astrology deck. Yeah, I really think that Spirit is asking you all to kind of savor the present moment and to be focusing on right now instead of being stuck on the past or the future. Let's see. What else is happening in November, please, Spirit, for group 1? We have Uranus, Genius. That's interesting. And then look, we also have Libra, I balance. So much like coming through about needing to promote balance. I feel like with this Uranian energy, it could be that you guys have, coming into the month of November, there's been, maybe something has happened. Like I was saying at the beginning, there could be something that's really drastically shifted with your outside circumstances coming into this month that has really forced you to have to like shift gears and think a lot differently than you were before. And maybe it's thrown you off balance, or it's put you in a place where it's like, all right, I know that I need to start working on this, but I'm not even sure where to even begin because I'm just so thrown off by the situation, right? Like that Uranus energy is like a sudden shift that's coming through, whether it is a sudden event that we're not expecting or kind of like a sudden shocking realization that we're coming to about our situation. The point being, though, is that you guys are being forced or pushed into some sort of necessary change that is going to kind of throw things off balance. But I feel like it's ultimately for your highest good. Like it's forcing you guys to get more clear about what you're investing your time and your effort and your energy into as we move forward. So let's see. We're going to end this portion of the reading with one of these cards, and then we're going to transition into the charms next. What else for group 1, Spirit? We have Black. Find richness from the dark night. Interesting. Yeah, so I think that, there are a lot of these cards here about being gentle with yourself and compassionate, because I do think that whatever this is, it's going to be like difficult for you guys to really like see clearly what you're supposed to do or how to kind of maneuver through the situation here. Things just may feel like a little bit in the dark or cloudy at this time as we move into this month of November. But I almost kind of feel like when I'm looking at this card, find richness from the dark night. Like there's something I think about the nighttime that is significant in the month of November, or there's something about like the quiet of nighttime where there's like, kind of like we were talking about with the Chariot, there's no distractions around you. You're able to just kind of focus and sit quietly with your thoughts. Like there is something I feel that is very beautiful about this upcoming month ahead and this sudden shift that you're moving through here, group 1. So even though it might feel a little scary, or it may feel like you guys are kind of stepping into an unknown situation here, I do think that ultimately there is something really good that is coming out of this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to clear your cards off of the table, and now we're going to move into charms and dice to see like what more specific info we can get here. Okay, group 1. So let's take a look at the dice and the charms to see what additional info we can get for you about what's ahead this month of November. All right, so we've got water energy here. We do have Chiron, the waning crescent moon, number 7, number 2, and then we have Cancer energy here as well. Let's grab a few charms. What else, Spirit, does group 1 need to know about this upcoming month of November and what's ahead for them? All right, let's see. Letter E. Okay. All right. So, where should we start group number 1? I will say, I think when it comes to your career this month, there is an emphasis here on finances, your work, your values, or your value in general, right? Like the money that you're making could be highly significant here. The butterfly is talking about transformation and development, and this little navigation helm is literally talking about navigation, right? So I think that there's something with career and finances that is in development this month for you, that is shifting and that is changing, that you will be navigating through. And it does feel positive to me. It could even be that you guys are just like coming to a realization about your values with the second house being here with career, because I was saying this recently to a client, not all money is good money, right? So there could be something connected to the money that you are earning in exchange for the work that you're doing, and whether or not that money is good money, meaning like, does it align with your values? So there's something in development here around finances and career connected together. I do think that there is an emphasis this month on home and family stuff as well. Let me just look at something really quick here. So we have a seashell here, and we also have the little teddy bear. And then you guys have Cancer energy. I'm sorry, no, this is Pisces energy. We'll come back to that in a moment. But yeah, you've got the little teddy bear, and then you've got the seashell here. So there could be something that you are beautifying as it pertains to your home this month, because the seashell does talk about beauty. It's like Venusian, Venus energy. So there could be some sort of like home decorating or like the physical beauty and appearance of your home. But it could just be like that you guys are spending more time with family this month. The teddy bear is interesting too, because the teddy bear signifies trauma. So I think of like childhood trauma. So maybe some of you guys are like digging into some stuff with childhood as it pertains to the family matter that's here as well. Could be that we're beautifying something that hasn't been going that well with home as well over the next month or so. When it comes to your social life and dealings with other people, we do have the energy of Pisces being here. So there could be an emphasis on spirituality this month, or just kind of going with the flow a little bit more as it pertains to people in your life. The sign of Pisces is all about spirituality, creativity, listening to your intuition. We do have somebody here under love and partnerships with the letter E. So maybe the letter E is an initial for someone of significance for some of you out there. Okay. And then we have a lot of stuff over here with well-being and health coming through. So I do think that there's like something that you're healing this month as well. And maybe with this little trauma, this thing that's over here with home and family with the teddy bear, there could be something coming up around healing, something with home and family as it pertains to your well-being. Like whatever you are beautifying as it pertains to the home, I think is very healing, and it's good for your well-being. For some of you guys, Chiron can also signify like triggers coming up as well, because Chiron in our birth chart is kind of like the area where we have like a permanent wound, metaphorically speaking. We have it always. It doesn't ever fully go away, but it teaches you how to be a healer in whatever area it's in. So I feel like for you guys, it's like directly connected to like this home and family energy for a lot of you. We have the waning crescent moon, which talks about restoring and relaxing. And then we also have the number 7, which has to do with introspection and intuition. So I feel like a lot of you guys could be maybe spending a lot of time alone this month, maybe like reflecting on some of these matters here, or just kind of going within, spending some time in solitude. And this could be much needed. And it makes sense with the spiritual energy of Pisces, right? Like I think a lot of you are not necessarily going to be forcing a lot of social interaction this month. I think that you will just be kind of going with the flow of whatever feels right to you, because I do see a month ahead where there's a lot of introspection and really focusing on your own healing and your own kind of well-being this month versus like exerting yourself to be social with a lot of people. We also have the energy of water here under the spirit energy with the unicorn and the heart. So water, of course, talks about emotions. It can also kind of like with this Piscean energy, talk about going with the flow. And the heart is talking about self-love. And the unicorn is talking about fantasies or delulus for some of you. So I feel like as it pertains to your spiritual side and yourself, there's a huge emphasis here on self-love and just kind of going with the flow. You know, investing in yourself. I feel like a lot of you guys could even be like going to therapy this month, like kind of coming to terms with some of this childhood stuff that's coming through for you. Maybe it's also helping you to find balance and value as it pertains to like the career and finances stuff, or just, you know, with this sudden change here, I do think it's pushing you guys into some isolation, as we can see, because for your own well-being, I think it will feel more comfortable to kind of go within and spend some time alone as you're navigating through the situation here. But with the letter I coming through in your advice, I think that spirit is just saying like focus on yourself this month, 100%. Focus on your own personal balance, being here now, meaning like taking things one step at a time instead of worrying too much about what's going to happen in the future or how things are going to end up working out for you. You know, like one step at a time, really focusing in on healing whatever's out of balance here with your well-being is of the utmost importance this month. So this is what I see for your month of November, Group 1. If this message did resonate with you, please do comment below and let me know what has been going on with you so far and what you have planned for November. And if you guys do want to continue to support my work, please do subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bells that you will be updated when I post new content, and I look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey Group 2, and welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be looking into what's ahead for you this upcoming month of November. We will be working with both tarot and with charms today. I will have the charms timestamped in the description in case any of you guys like to skip ahead to that portion of the reading a little bit sooner. So let's take a look and see what the overall energy is looking like for you as we move into the upcoming month of November. So we're starting off with the message of details. And I see the word clarity jumping out at me here. We also have the energy of the cow spirit. Miracles are endless. Something else that I think for this group that I just want to say to you is I think that this month you are surrounded by your ancestors and your spirit guides. I mean, we always are, but I feel like there's going to be a much more significant connection to them this month. I'm really being drawn to all like the golden orbs that are here, and the number 43 as well for me also indicates that we have our angels guarding us, protecting us, and overseeing everything that we're doing. So I feel like this month you are divinely guided and divinely protected. And I think for a lot of you guys, if things have been feeling a little bit confusing leading up into this point, this is going to be a month where we're having a little bit of a breakthrough, or like a big breakthrough, I feel. So we have details. This is about you guys getting a plan in place. I think that there is something about digging into the details that is bringing clarity for you around some of your plans or goals this month, or just maybe a significant matter that's on your mind as you're coming into this reading. And it almost looks like, is this like a compass that's here? Yeah, it is a compass. And I think the zodiac signs are around it as well. So something about the details is bringing clarity to you. And it's also helping to navigate you forward, as well as the messages that you're receiving from your spirit guides, your ancestors, and your angels. You guys also have the cow spirit. The miracles are endless. So I think that for a lot of you this month, you're going to start to see a lot of your endeavors like naturally falling into place. Okay. I think that you're going to be feeling really abundant, really prosperous this month. And this is an energy of really seeing the positive in things as they come to fruition for you. So let's see what else Spirit has in store. Group 2. What else Spirit does group number 2 need to know about this upcoming month of November and what's in store? We have the Queen of Wands. Ooh, okay. We have the Ten of Swords coming through as well. Okay. I think that there is like something about an ending here that is bringing about a new beginning for you. Because remember how I was saying like things are becoming clear through understanding the details? I feel like that's what this Ten of Swords is talking about, group 2. So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The Ten of Swords, it's obviously not the most pleasant energy that we can be moving through because it does signify burnout. It does signify like sometimes feeling betrayed or stabbed in the back or just like hitting a rock bottom energy. Okay. But I feel like you guys are finding something out this month that it might initially feel frustrating or it might feel really difficult, but there's actually something really empowering about learning this information because it's allowing you to move forward in a much more positive direction. Okay, it's like the dawn of a new day is what I always think about when we get the Ten of Swords because the sun is rising in behind this scene here. So we've hit rock bottom and we can only go up from here. Okay, so with that, we have this Queen of Wands energy. And the Queen of Wands is all about being a go-getter, right? It's about taking the information that we're learning and taking inspired action to make something happen out of it. You guys could be feeling really confident this month. You guys could be feeling really in your power this month. Maybe some of you guys are even getting a lot of attention because you're able to show other people how you do something successfully or how you kind of lift yourself up out of this area, out of this energy here. But yeah, there's definitely kind of like something that is difficult for you mentally, but there's also a silver lining in it that Spirit is emphasizing here. Okay. So let's see. Group 2. We have prosperity. Yeah. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So, yeah, like I was saying in the beginning, I feel like this is a month where you are surrounded by abundance and prosperity. You guys could be feeling really abundant financially as well. We also have outdoors. Go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. The Ten of Swords can also talk about burnout. So I think for a lot of you guys with this Queen of Wands, you're probably feeling like really busy this month. Maybe it's with your work or your career endeavors or just something else, like where you're kind of having to be in charge and exert a lot of energy into it. So maybe this Ten of Swords could simply just be talking about like burnout and stress that's coming along with being in the weeds of the work that you're doing. But you are materially taken care of this month. And I think to offset this Ten of Swords energy, Spirit is kind of advising you to get outside, go outdoors, and take breaks, you know, as needed so that you can make sure that you're not overdoing it. What else, Spirit, for group number 2 this month? Oopsie. We have the earth element, stability. So yeah, and look at this. We have balance here. I think you guys need to make sure that you're staying balanced with what you're doing, because that Ten of Swords is saying that like there's a potential this month, I think, to like bite off a little bit more than you can chew. So just make sure that you're staying grounded. Again, the earth element really echoing going outside and grounding your energy, connecting with nature as a way to offset any stress that you're moving through. But the earth element is also kind of confirming like your material needs are being taken care of this month. Maybe some of these details and planning that you guys are doing have to do with your money, your finances, career matters, things that are helping to support you in kind of like the grounded material realm moving forward. So let's pull one more oracle card and then we're going to move into your dice and charms, group 2. We have Cherry, live an extraordinary life. This is so beautiful, you guys. We also have Amber, awaken your creativity, which makes a lot of sense with that Queen of Wands because that is a very creative energy coming through. So yeah, I think that a lot of you guys this month, it's just going to be a really abundant and prosperous month for you, okay? I think that there is an emphasis here on balance, probably work-life balance. I think that there is an emphasis here on creating a life in reality that is a life of your dreams, right? Like some of you guys could be really having really fun, just enriching experiences that maybe have nothing to do with work, right? Because I don't know why, I feel like a lot of my group 2 viewers, I feel like a lot of you guys are like really wrapped up in work and career matters this month. But there's definitely an energy here of like an intentional focus and planning when it comes to just your life in general and like offsetting work and life balance type of matters. It's almost like you are going after like creating extraordinary experiences and moments for yourself, things that are more sustainable in the long term, versus like little things here and there that don't necessarily grow into anything more. Like it's almost giving me an energy of planning things in your day-to-day neighborhood or like surroundings versus like planning a vacation. Does that make sense? It's like planting the seeds of an extraordinary life where you are right now. So what we're going to do, group 2, is I'm going to clear these cards off and then we're going to see what other info we can get with the charms next. All right, group number 2. So let's start off with the dice and then we'll move into the charms to see what else you guys need to know about this month of November. Okay. So we have Pisces. It's kind of sitting in between these two. We have Uranus here We have the 6th house. Yes, it's like, I feel like that 6th house with social life, it's about creating like extraordinary social experiences within your day-to-day routine, right? Because the 6th house talks about like the day-to-day routine that we have. That's what you guys are focusing on. So we have the little moon here. We have a little strawberry here. Let's see, we have the star, the button, and then we have a little diamond here as well. Yeah, I think something really big this month is you guys really making a promise, making a commitment to yourself around being more social in your day-to-day routine, like baking that in with the earth energy into your day-to-day routine, planning it and making it something that's more sustainable versus just these like little sporadic moments that you do from time to time, right? I think that you guys are definitely looking for connection that's more sustainable and more routine. It could be something for some of you that's connected to your health and wellness routines too, with the 6th house coming through, where it's like the social time is baked into those types of activities as well. We do have some changes coming through here in career as well, with Uranus coming up under career and business. So there could be maybe that's where this 10 of Swords is coming from. So it's like, even though things are materially, your needs are being met, there could be something about like a lot of ups and downs or instability when it comes to career, maybe like fluctuations in workload or things kind of suddenly shifting or changing or being dropped onto your plate that you're not necessarily planning on. Which, all the more reason for trying to create sustainable self-care practices and social practices this month, to help balance that out. We also have this little strawberry here under finances and wealth. So this represents the season of spring, and spring can represent new beginnings. But I'm also feeling like a lot of my group 2 viewers, remember we had this cow spirit. This is all about certain things, certain seeds that you have already planted starting to come into fruition for you. They're starting to take blossom here. So I think that there is going to be an emergence of abundance and prosperity based off of practices that you've already been building in the past leading up to this month, where finances are going to be almost like refreshed or like new beginning energy. But it's like you're seeing the fruits of your labor, basically. You're seeing the fruits of seeds that you've already planted coming up for you this month. We do also have Pisces energy coming through here as well, and it's kind of in between the finances and wealth and the well-being energy. There could be an emphasis here on earning money through spiritual endeavors. There could also be, Pisces is like mutable energy, mutable water energy. So there could be something, I feel, especially with Uranus, there could be something with career where like maybe this month ahead, you're getting like an influx of work that's also now bringing you like an influx of money that just kind of flows to you suddenly or unexpectedly. You weren't necessarily planning on it, but it just kind of comes to you. Could be spiritual endeavors for some of you. It doesn't have to be. There also could be an emphasis on your spiritual health and well-being as well this month, group number 2. So we have some other things over here. We have the little moon and star. This talks about being adored spiritually. So maybe some of you guys are in the spotlight. Yeah, I think some of you guys are in the spotlight when it comes to your spiritual practices, or there's something just about you. Even if it's not spiritual, there's something about you with this Queen of Wands that's really standing out to other people this month. And I think that you guys are going to find that you have a lot of admirers, a lot of people who adore you, literally this month. And then we have some energy happening with love and partnerships here as well. So we have a button, and then we also have the star, which talks about dream fulfillment. There's definitely something here with a partner where we're like securing something, or we're having to kind of push through a difficulty or a challenge that we've had. But I do think that you guys are going to be getting a wish fulfilled or getting something that you're wanting when it comes to your love life or a specific partnership of significance here. But yeah, with the button, this is about pushing through something, right? And then securing it. So there could be an effort to make something more secure with a partner or to kind of resolve a matter that's been out of sorts here. And then for advice, Spirit is giving us the number 3, which has to do with creative expression. And then they're also giving us the earth energy, which has come up multiple times in your reading, but specifically we had it here with the earth element. So I think Spirit is asking you this month to plant seeds of your creative expression, right? I think there's a message here with your career. Something is changing, right? This month, things are changing in a positive way. I feel like when it comes to your finances, but there's something I think that's creative that you guys want to do or something that you want to start. And it could have to do with the social stuff that we were talking about. It could have to do with career stuff for some of you. But the advice is to make it sustainable, right? Starting to like plant the seeds now and nurture and cultivate and water what we're planting, taking care of it so that it can grow and like sustain us in the long term. And even if you guys can't relate to like something creative, this number 3 is just about coming up with a creative way of doing this, right? So it may not literally be creative expression for some of you. It's more just about finding a creative solution to building something more sustainable for yourself. I think a lot of it has to do with this social life stuff. So this is what I'm seeing, group number 2. If this reading did resonate with you, please comment below and let me know which aspects made sense for what you have planned for the month of November. And if you guys do want to continue to support my work, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bells that you will be updated when I post the next reading. And I look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey, group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you guys selected the amber crystal, this will be your message for the month of November. So we're going to begin with the tarot and oracle cards, and then we will also be adding in charms and dice. I will have the timestamps below for the charms and dice in case any of you guys like to skip ahead to that portion of the reading a little faster. So let's start by taking a look at the overall energy for your month of November, group number 3. So we have Scarab Beetle Spirit, Magic Works Through You. And then we also have the Wishing Well, number 48. Ooh, this is such beautiful energy, you guys. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of hope and a lot of inspiration that you guys have flowing through you this month of November. The Wishing Well is making me feel like you guys are literally wishing for something or desiring something. And I feel like you guys are finally coming to the realization that with the Scarab Beetle Spirit, you can have exactly what you want. Okay, because you have the power to manifest and create whatever you desire if you believe. Okay, the Wishing Well is also kind of giving me this energy of like working with the universe to kind of like put your intention out there and say, hey, this is what I want. But there's also an energy here that is about kind of detaching from how it comes in or what it looks like specifically. So for instance, let's say that my group 3 viewers are wanting to like manifest a new job, or you're wanting to manifest like a new romantic partner. You're going to put that intention out there into the universe and say, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. But there's a need to like detach from when it happens, how it happens, or even what it looks like, right? Because sometimes when we are too specific, let me rephrase. Sometimes the universe knows what we need more than we realize. And we could be thinking that it's going to look or come a certain way, and it might come in a different way, but actually be exactly what we needed. Does that make sense? So there's like this really magical energy this month, group 3, of just setting intentions and trusting that what you desire will come to you in divine timing. So let's see what else Spirit wants to tell you guys about the month of November. So what else, Spirit, is happening for group 3 this upcoming month of November? What else do they need to know about this beautiful energy here? We have a Six of Pentacles. Okay. And we have a Two of Swords coming through as well. We also have the energy of the Death card at the bottom of the deck. So I think that there is an undertone of whatever you all are manifesting, it's part of like a bigger, deeper change and transformation that you guys are moving through in your life. I feel like the Six of Pentacles is sort of embodying this energy that we're discussing here, because it's showing me that you all are starting to put in a little bit of effort that's very balanced into whatever this is that you're wanting to manifest. But there's also a healthy energy of like not overexerting yourself, right? Allowing the universe to show up and reciprocate, versus you having to like overly exert your effort and your time and your energy into trying to force something to happen here. I do kind of feel for some of my group number 3 viewers with the Six of Pentacles, there could be something around generosity or support that is significant. I feel like some of you all could be doing volunteer work, or some of you all could be providing some sort of assistance or support to others. Some of you guys could also be receiving some sort of support or assistance. And the Six of Pentacles, it's not necessarily going to be like riches, you know, but it is something that would be helpful, right? It would be something that would be enough to provide you exactly with the type of support that you need, or to provide somebody else with the exact type of support that they need as well. I also feel like there's something you guys are like ignoring this month with the Two of Swords. Like you're trying to stay neutral with something, or like stay out of some sort of drama. Like there's some sort of energy of like not even giving something your energy. I'm not sure exactly what that is. So let's see what else is coming through. Two of Swords can also talk about needing to make a decision as well, and kind of staying neutral while we figure out what we want to do. Let's see. Group number 3. What else does group 3 need to know, Spirit, about this month of November? We have divine order. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. Okay. Yeah, there's like an energy of acceptance that like this is where you're supposed to be for a reason. Trusting in the universe that what you're dreaming of, what you're wishing for is coming in divine timing. Okay. We also have comfort. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. There is something here with the Six of Pentacles, though, that I do feel you all might be wishing for some support. And maybe that's what you're wishing for, is some sort of support here. And I do think that your angels, your guides, your ancestors, I also even think that there are people that are here that are supporting you this month. I definitely think with this Two of Swords that there is something happening this month where you guys might be feeling like, is this really how it's supposed to look? Is this really fair? Is this really what's happening? Like, I think on its face, there's something happening this month that feels a little off to you, but Spirit is saying that that is an illusion, that everything is actually in order as it's supposed to be. So with that Two of Swords, I do think that there is something like more, I want to say ugly, but there's just something about it that something about your situation that maybe you're not loving, but there is this concerted effort to like stay out of it and to remove yourself from any emotion connected to it. Okay, which makes sense with the wishing well, because that is about casting a wish, but then detaching from the outcome, you know? So let's see. What else is happening? What is this about for group 3, Spirit? We have Capricorn. So there's like something, there's an energy of ambition that's here this month as well. We also have the second house at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, I do think for a lot of my group 3 viewers, something about your wishes may have to do with career. They may have to do with money, your values, your self-worth. All these things could be tied into it. Yeah, and there's an energy with the Grand Cross here of like, I think that there is some sort of challenge beneath the surface that's kind of like pushing you all to create this change. Okay, so we have Capricorn energy being here. This is about, the card literally says, I use. So it's kind of like, how are you being strategic about using the resources, the time, the support, the experience that you're in right now for your betterment moving forward. So it's like, even if there's something about it that you don't like, or an aspect of it that is annoying or bothering you, there's still something that you can kind of get out of this that is leading you to this manifestation, this desire that you have. I feel like with the Six of Cups too and the Two of Swords, there's also this energy of like, I'm only going to dedicate so much of my time, effort, energy, and resources into that, you know, being a lot more measured with how much you're dedicating to something. And of course, that is in your highest good that you're guided to do this. Okay. So let's pull one more oracle and then we'll move into the charms right after this, group 3. So we have black, find richness from the dark night. This came up in group 1 as well. We also have the lilac energy at the bottom, strengthen your faith. So this makes a lot of sense because both of these cards that we had as the overall energy are talking about like trusting that the universe is supporting you behind the scenes. This card too, right? Like trusting that everything is as it's supposed to be right now, even if it doesn't feel like look or feel the way you want it to look. There is something about it that is in divine order. So I think with the black being here, it may not be fully clear this month, you know, like what the purpose is. It may not be fully clear what the path forward is for some of you, or how things are going to ultimately turn up or turn out for you. But there is a need, Spirit is saying, to trust and to have faith that things will be working out as they should. Okay, so let's clear these cards off, group 3, and we're going to transition into the charms where we can get a little bit more specific detail here. All right, group 3, I'm super excited to see what other details we can get about your month. It looks like you guys have some pretty big changes in flux. So what else, Spirit, can you tell us about the month of November and what's in store for my group 3 viewers? All right, so we have the number 5, we have this pentacle, we have Aquarius here, Venus, and the waxing gibbous moon with career. That's so interesting. Okay, let's pull some charms. What else, Spirit, does group 3 need to know about their career? I'm sorry, not their career, about their upcoming month of November. Okay, so we have the little navigation, we have the little elephant, we have the button, the diamond, we also have the letter E here. So the E could just be the initials to something that has to do with your finances and your wealth. I don't know what starts with the letter E that has to do with finances, but it could just be an initial for something. All right, so I'm kind of guided to start up here with the career energy with the waxing gibbous moon. So the waxing gibbous moon is talking about reevaluating habits and relationships. I think that 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords has to do with this, you guys. I think that there is something about your career or your business that you might be reevaluating. And this is specifically talking about relationship habits, okay? Or just habits in general, as it has to do with work, but also relationships in the workplace as well. So I think that there is a situation here that it's already peaked emotionally, and it's starting to kind of fade out a little bit. It's starting to we're starting to like release and move away from whatever it is that happened. There was a lesson that was learned here, and I feel like now you guys are reevaluating your approach to that situation moving forward, okay? We also have some really beautiful energy happening for you guys up here in your social life. So we've got Venus, we have the little diamond, and then we have the button. So with Venus energy coming through, Venus has to do with love, it has to do with relationships, beauty, values. I just feel like this month is going to be a really beautiful time for your social life. Maybe you guys are making some promises to yourselves around being more social, kind of putting yourself out there and pushing through, even if it feels hard. There's this energy of pushing yourself to commit more to things that have to do with socializing or other people. Some of you guys could be dating, I think, or like meeting potential romantic partners through this commitment that you're making to yourself as well, especially if you're single. I could see that. Maybe for those of you that are partnered, you and your partner together are making a commitment to be more social. We don't see anything specific coming through here, but I do think that there is something about love that could be connected to your social life for some of you guys this month. We also have the sign of Aquarius coming up here under the health and well-being energy. So Aquarian energy is making me think of friendships. So again, maybe some of this socializing with friends is helping to support your well-being this month. Some of you guys could also be taking like a more kind of unique or innovative approach to something to do with health and wellness. Like, I don't know, it could be like sitting in a salt cave or getting a massage or Reiki. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's something a little unique that you could be trying as it pertains to health or healing practices this month. We also have this little wheel, this little helm, which talks about navigation, and we have the number 5 under home and family. So the number 5, you guys, is challenges that lead to change. My little guidebook for this dice set is actually saying the number 5 has to do with adventure and seeking something new. So I think that there could be some sort of challenge here around home and family where you're looking for something new. You know, the challenge is leading you to a change. Maybe you want to move somewhere that's a little more adventurous, somewhere that's a little bit more exciting. Whatever it is that's kind of stimulating you, I do think that it's navigating you into something different, something new, something better for you as it pertains to your home life here. We also have the pentacle, the little pentacle coming up under the spirit and the self. So the pentacle has to do with finances. It also has to do with support. I also think of it as opportunities, kind of similarly to like the Ace of Pentacles. This could be an opportunity to invest in yourself that's coming through this month as well. That could be what some of this manifestation energy is about, right? Like investing in, I think that Capricorn energy is kind of echoing that. It's like wherever you guys are at, I think especially if it's tied to this career energy, there's like this vibe of like, I'm not going to even give that much of my attention anymore, but there is something that I can use from this to invest in myself and my development here. I see you guys being very strategic about that this month. And then for your advice, we do have the elephant. And this is really interesting because the elephant is actually, the key word associated with it is community. So it makes sense we have all of this energy here with social life and others and these new commitments and this beauty coming through connection with others. I do think that spirit is advising you to kind of continue with your practices, to kind of challenge yourself to get out there and to connect with new people. Because I think there's something very abundant and prosperous that's going to come to you through this. And I also think through you getting out, especially if you guys are single, there's something about love that is coming to you through being more social and building your community and your network. Okay. So beautiful energy ahead at group 3. If this reading did resonate with you, please do comment below and let me know. and tell me all about your plans for the month of November. And if you guys do want to continue to support my work, please do subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated when I post new readings, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.